Turn with me to Exodus chapter 17. Keep your place in 1 Samuel 15. Just a little bit of context. Good morning, everyone. Have you ever had somebody tell you that they can't believe in a God that would order the murder of men, women, children, ox? How could a God possibly do that? It's hard to answer that question, but first, Exodus chapter 17 might give us a little bit of context. We're just going to read Exodus 17, 8 through 14. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel. This is right after they crossed the sea and they got rescued from Egypt, and now they're in the desert, and here comes Amalek in verse 8. And fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose out men and go out and fight with Amalek tomorrow, and I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand. So Joshua did as Moses said to him, and fought Amalek. And Moses and Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill, and it came to pass, verse 11, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the other side and the one on the other side, and his hands were steady until going down to the sun. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And verse 14, and the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. That was 300 years approximately before this passage in 1 Samuel. The Amalekites attacked Israel unprovoked as they were coming out of Egypt 300 years before. And in 1 Samuel 15, we get the rest of the story. Matter of fact, our Bible visitor has shown up for the rest of that story.
I've had a very good day.
What's your name?
My name is Agag.
Agag?
I was King Agag.
You were King Agag, king of the Amalekites.
I don't have anything left to be king of.
Okay. Verses 1 and 2, chapter 15 of 1 Samuel. And Samuel said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to appoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Verse 2, and this is the verse. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up out of Egypt. 300 years earlier, your people attacked Israel. Now the chickens have come to roost. Now it's time to pay the piper, as they say. So, Samuel tells Saul, verse 3, go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. Both slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Okay, so you're just going about your day one day, and it says that Saul and his troops showed up. Tell us how that day went for you.
Well, it was like any other day. Then all of a sudden we were under attack by the Israelites. We thought we were okay, and that we weren't expecting such a surprise attack. We fought, they've been dealing with the Philistines for quite some time, but all of a sudden, the Philistines were retreated. So then they turned their sights on us. They come attack us every day, and they start wiping everything out. All of a sudden, all my soldiers are being killed down. They're killing our animals and stuff, and just just scorched earth, just destroying everything. And then they come upon me, and I think, oh, this is it, being the king of this nation and stuff. And, now I'll admit, I'm not a good guy, and as you can see from my angry eyebrows.
Yeah.
But so I think to myself, well, this is it. They're going to kill me right here, just like anything. But something strange happened. They took me away. I'm their prisoner, right? But they didn't kill me there. And they take me all the way back to Israel. This surprised me. I thought, this is it. And then I started thinking to myself, I was like, well, maybe they're going to spare me. I'm going to be a prisoner. But, at least it's better than getting killed.
So not only did they spare you, though, in verse 9, let's look at verse 9, but Saul and the people, now Samuel told him that the Lord told him to destroy everything. Do not leave anything. But in verse 9, Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and the oxen and the fatlings and the lambs. So they were taking your best goods.
He took my sheep.
Yeah.
And my oxen. What?
Yeah. Did you see that happen at all?
Well, I saw them kill somebody. I guess they were taking out of the best barn.
Okay, Mr. Agag. The Lord, like I said, told Samuel to tell Saul to destroy all of you. Now the Lord is very displeased. It says that he repented making Saul king over Israel. And Samuel breaks the news to Saul that this was not the plan. He was supposed to kill everybody. Now they spared you, so you probably thinking this is okay.
Right.
Let's look in.
It's better than getting killed.
Then, okay, verse 32. Then Samuel, after he talks to Saul and basically breaks it all down that you have completely disobeyed the Lord, then Samuel said, "Bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites." And Agag came unto him delicately. And Agag said, "Surely." Ooh, looks like Samuel's coming down and he's going to talk to you.
What is this bleeding in my ears?
Yeah,
I got to report that Saul obeyed the Lord completely.
Yeah, Saul, he didn't. He kept.
Why didn't he save the sheep and oxen?
He blamed it on the people, but he said that.
To obey is better than sacrifice, and to follow the voice of the Lord than the fat of rams.
Yeah. Well, there's Agag too. He kept Agag.
Bring Agag to me.
Agag.
No, I thought you were going to spare me.
Samuel would like to talk to you, the prophet.
Oh, the prophet?
Samuel the prophet would like to talk to you.
He seems like a reasonable man.
As thy sword has made mothers childless, so shall thy mother be childless. Before the Lord!
He's shooting me to pieces. Ow.
Verse 33, and Samuel said, "As thy sword hath made thy woman childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women." And Samuel hewed Agag into pieces before the Lord in Gilgal. Then Samuel went to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house. And Samuel came no more to see Saul until the day of his death. Nevertheless, Samuel mourned for Saul, and the Lord repented that he had made Saul king over Israel. Chapter 16 next week. It's going to transition into a new day for Israel. So it's going to be...
You've been listening to a message from the pulpit of Town Center Baptist Church in Happy Valley, Oregon. We invite you to come visit us at 10505 Southeast 85th Avenue in Happy Valley. If we can be of help to you, please call us at 503-659-4494. We wish you God's very best.